We started a program in about 2005, really about future-proofing the Anzac ships that the New Zealand Navy has to get them ready for the combat system upgrade that's coming. I suppose the highlight that we've got is, in fact, moving from the IPMS system, from the system that we got at build, to a new generation S7 IPMS system, and then moving to an unattended machinery space activity that we've got. We have completed the first ship in the IPMS upgrade complete, and we are probably about 80% complete of implementing the second ship as I'm talking to you now. What we're actually looking here now is actually an actual screen from our IPMS system. The data that's been run through it is the data that we recorded on our operational trials when we finished the upgrade program for the IPMS system. Going to unattended machinery space means that we're actually saving about 75 man-hours a day in non-profitable watchkeeping time. So that really frees up those technicians to do really what they wanted to do rather than just sit around watching screens. I think the whole integration and the ability to remotely operate, to go almost anywhere in the ship and to actually understand what's going on board the ship is probably the biggest step forward.
We're trying to take a lot of the mundane, routine tasks that the crew would normally do and automate those tasks to make their life easier and free up their time. In the past, to transfer fuel from one tank to another tank on the ship, you basically had to go around and open all these valves in the right sequence, start the pumps, and monitor the fuel levels in the tanks as you were pumping from one to the other. What we do now is we just say we're going from this tank to this tank, we put in the amount of fuel that we want to transfer, and the system controls all the valves and all the pumps and stops the fuel transfer once it's done.
What we've done is with Siemens has been able to leverage the advantages of the discipline that comes from Germany with the wish to move forward that comes from New Zealand. Having the Australian company really as our interface to that has been very, very good.
One of the big disconnects that were on naval ships in the past was there was no talk between the IPMS system and the maintenance system. So they worked in separation. By integrating, which we've done with Siemens, is we've allowed now all that information to be passed through to the maintenance system. Other big problems we had was the entering of hours readings. So equipment will run on a certain amount of hours, you have to change the oil, you have to change filters. In the past, that readings had to be collected from the IPMS system and manually entered into a maintenance system. Now through integration, we've already configured that this will poll the IPMS system every hour and import those readings automatically and trigger off the maintenance if required. So the actual human interface, which is where 90% of errors in IT systems occur, has been removed.
That whole battle damage management has really been a really step forward. So the integration of a fully automatic battle damage control system, it doesn't mean that the battle damage picture is right, but at least in the 10 locations we're working through, it's the same picture, which is a really great step forward. We are state-of-the-art, but stable state-of-the-art. We've got a platform that is really, really resilient and that moves forward. But more importantly, I think what it's done for us is enabled us to move forward in the combat system upgrade with a degree of confidence around our platform. And that really, to me, is the really big advantage. We've moved forward into something that is now modern, that's exciting, that actually utilises the skills of the sailors that we've got. It's enabled us to do a whole pile of things a hell of a lot more cleverly. We're really pleased with that. For instance, one of the things that we embarked on is we actually have a full replica network that allows us to do onboard operator training without delaying the ship in anything that it does. This is something that we only dreamed of 10 years ago, and so it's been really, really positive in that area.
I think one of the key messages that, Peter, from the IPMS system is that this has enabled the first warship in the world to go unmanned machinery space. So the New Zealand Navy, using this system, are the first warship in the world to ever do that. All other warships in the world require personnel closed up in a machinery control room.
So you'll have 5 engineers sitting down the MCR just watching the screen, waiting for something to happen. Now they can go about doing their maintenance or whatever they're doing, and they've got their pager. If something happens, they can attend to it.
I would like to think that other navies would come and look at what we've done and say, hey, that's pretty good. We might want to be involved in something similar.